Hi everyone, I'd like to give you an introduction to the Supermums Consultancy Skills Course. During this course, we look at how you can manage a Salesforce implementation. I'm Heather Black, CEO of Supermums. My journey with Salesforce started in 2010 when I came across Salesforce as a solution that could help me manage my non-profit better. During that course of 2 years, I found that I got completely absorbed in Salesforce and undertook the Salesforce Admin, Advanced Admin, and a consultancy course, which they delivered at the time, which was a week long and taught you key consultancy skills. And the reason that was vital to me at that point is it helped me understand how to design a system and how to implement it. And they were skills that you weren't really taught on the admin or advanced admin. During the admin and advanced admin, you were taught all the skills around like how to do an email template or a workflow or process builder or, all those various things, but not how to design a solution. And so what I found actually at that point when I was designing a solution for our own organization was that I went back and rewired quite a lot of stuff that I'd built initially. So I suddenly got that realization of actually, I need to build it in a certain way to achieve X, Y, Z for my organization. And so, those skill sets were really key. And so what I'm really passionate about doing now is upskilling super mums and dads and those of you that join the course to give you the skill set to design and manage an implementation properly. Ideally, at this point of the course, you will have your admin skill set already. You might be working in an organisation as an admin and obviously continuing to develop a solution. But it's when you're faced with having to, start from scratch and you're the only one there potentially. And you're going, well, how do I do this? And that's what I found myself in. I'd done my own system for a couple of years, and then I really had this burning desire to kind of go and help other charities implement Salesforce, and I was like, I really want to become a consultant. And during my journey of kind of going through that process and applying the consultancy skills that I'd learned on the course with Salesforce back in 2011, I realized actually there's a whole raft of other skills that I also needed to have, because the organizations I was working with ranged considerably in size. I was dealing with lots of different personalities, lots of different business needs, lots of different types of solutions. And I realized that I needed a whole sort of toolbox of skills. And so I went on to complete an Agile Project Manager course, a Change Management Practitioner course, business analysis courses. And over that time, now since 2012, I've built up a consultancy practice. I've got a team of 18 and I've overseen over like 400 projects and 200 implementations with charities. The other skill set that's been quite important since that time is probably NLP and coaching skills as well, because you have to do a lot of that on the way. So I'm really excited about delivering this consultancy course and consolidating all the knowledge and expertise that I've gained. And one of the things that I did do when I went on these courses was they didn't really give me a process to work through. So I'd have to come back to the office, and for me, I have to kind of digest all that knowledge and put it in a way that's going to help me deliver in the workplace, specific to sort of Salesforce projects. So I wrote my own process and digested all the theories and the knowledge that I gained and developed a route and way of learning that would allow it to be easily applied to a project and gave you a template really. So that's what we're giving you on this course. We're covering CRM planning, which covers business analysis and the design process. We're going to be covering change management, and I've got an 8-step process for change management, which I didn't get on the course I went on. So it's certainly not a clone of that. It's something I've developed, comprising all the different theories and things that were shared on that course, but an approach that I think is suitable and can be easily applied to a Salesforce project. We're also then going to look at requirements engineering and agile project management and the different ways that that can be applied to a Salesforce project. And then we're going to do a little bit more of a deep dive into Sales Cloud features and Service Cloud features beyond what you learn on the admin, so you can start to prepare for those consultancy qualifications. So the structure of the course is 8 to 16 weeks. It typically will be 8 weeks for those of you that want to complete it more readily because maybe you're in between jobs and want to get those skills on your CV, or it might be 16 weeks for those of you that want to just take a little bit longer because maybe you're working currently on an implementation in your job. So it's a little bit more flexible to work at your own pace. You do have access, however, to the training modules for a year. So you can dip in at any point beyond that and keep up to date. What we'd like you to do is though be accountable. So you'll be set either 4 hours or 8 hours of study a week. We want to sort of give you a bit of a deadline. Keep that pace up, because sometimes you find if you're just set online modules and you have no time frame to complete things, you never get it done. I'm a bit like that, unfortunately. So I think these courses with deadlines keep everybody on track, and it's why people join the Supermums courses. You will have a series of online recorded training webinars that I want you to watch between each session, and there's optional trailheads that you can complete probably in your own time after the main course, which will add value to a lot of your learning. But what's important about this study each week is I want you to bring at least 2 questions a week to the group. And because people will be at slightly different stages of the course, we will be covering a variety of things in those group coaching sessions, and I will be there answering those questions, providing feedback. And if I'm not available one week, for example, a colleague might be stepping in. But it could be the questions you have that might be relevant to where you're working at the moment, or it might be a project from the course material. Ideally, the questions will be around the topics obviously we're covering on the course. And then in addition to that, there'll be mentoring. So there'll be peer mentoring within the chatter group. So the people on the course will have their own wealth of knowledge and experience and ideas. And so I want you to kind of be mentoring each other. And that chatter group will again be open for a year. So it's beyond the initial study period. And then also we can assign you a mentor if you want somebody to hold your hand a little bit longer on the way. So what are the learning objectives? So we want to support you to engage, enthuse and empower people in a professional way, to love Salesforce like you, because ultimately we love Salesforce, right? It's why we do it as a job, and we want to tell all these people about it and get them using it, and we want to see that they're excited, and it's going to really make a difference to the way they work and their life. So how do we do that? So let's just think about where you are now. Are you in a position where you're kind of going, I'm not confident enough to start delivering and designing a solution myself, or I'm in that role already but I have no idea what I'm doing or how to professionally address it? Do you have, no structure, no documentation, no process? Is there no solution in place and you're kind of at that very starting point? Or are you in a position where you have a Salesforce solution in where you work, but there's poor engagement, poor understanding and poor adoption of it? So either way, you probably need to do a revamp of the solution, let's face it. Where could you be with these skills that we're going to teach you is we want you to have a clear structure, clear documentation, clear process of how to go about this to help you achieve a great solution. What that means is you'll get high engagement in the system, great understanding from everybody, and you'll understand the organisation well, and that will lead to high adoption. The outcome of the course, we want you to feel empowered with the confidence, skills and knowledge to enable you to understand and direct a small to medium-sized scale Salesforce implementation. It's not to say that all the skills we're teaching you are definitely applicable for any size organisation or any scale of project. Obviously, you'll kind of operate on a different level with corporate size Salesforce implementations. But if you're learning these skills for the first time, you want to start off with a small implementation and then you want to build from there, because what you find is that, if you're dealing with one high level requirement in an organisation like the sales team, you start with sales. And then you replicate that into a bigger organization, which might include marketing and operations or whatever it is. But it's the same process, the same journey. It's lots of little small projects make up a big project. So you just have to, once you've got the methodology right and you've practiced that quite a few times on a small organizations and projects, you can then just start to scale up. So we'd love to see you all be empowered. I can't wait to run this course. Can't wait to support you all. I'm hoping you're going to get a lot out of it. Hopefully some of the things will resonate with what you know already, but there'll be lots of learning. And I think, the key thing to emphasize is during this sort of 8 to 16 week, when you're digesting a lot of information, you won't necessarily remember it all at that once, but you will have access to this material. So as you go on your journey and start implementing things, you can reflect back to the study, to the training material, and just re-reference it as and when you need it. So it really is there to help you every part of the journey of this learning journey, which I'd say, let's give it a year. An implementation can take anything really from 3 months upwards if you're doing the whole journey well. So, take your time. This is the start of the journey. And I'm here to help you and get you started and give you the fundamental skills and confidence to step into that first job and that first role as a consultant and feel equipped with the resources to hand. That's ultimately where we want to get you to within the 8 to 16 weeks. And if you're working on implementation, great, because then you might have some immediate light bulb moments and be able to apply those things straight away. So thank you. I look forward to working with you soon. Take care. Bye.